Last part of my Omega. Enjoy!
Content warning, rape or mention of rape, sexual harassment, suicide or suicidal thoughts, or mention of suicide, depression, panic or anxiety attack, and more. You have been warned. If you're uncomfortable with this, please stop reading or listening. You can choose other stories for a while. There are other great or extremely great writers out there. Disclaimer: I do not own the haiku characters that are to be used in this story. Photos or covers were picked from Google. Credits to the owner.
Months passed by since Hinata officially joined the team. Gradually socializing with the team. His therapist, who is Kageyama's dad, if you forgot, was also happy with the progress, suggesting that Hinata can start attending class slowly. Slowly, he returns to his normal self. There is still some time he feels low, but it is normal. It is the spring inter-high, and they're about to face the Aoba Josai where the Great King, as Hinata names Oikawa, attends. This was the second time the Karasuno team faced the said team. The first time, they lost, but this time, they could feel that they'll win this match. After all, Hinata was already part of the team. Having their insane quick attack by the monster duo, they won. It is the finals for Spring Inter-High, and the Karasuno were about to face the Shiratorizawa. We're at the entrance of the gym where we will have our match with the Shiratorizawa. I was a little nervous but excited. Tobio kept distracting me to manage my nerves. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Tobio asked. Huh, you know, to puke your guts out, he said mockingly. I glared at him and shouted, shut up Kageyama. We keep bickering as we walk last to our group when Sho-chan, a voice called. I stop in my tracks. No one calls me that except him. I was conflicted if I straight ignored it or looked at him. With dread, I slowly faced the person who calls me. I was avoiding eye contact and whispered, hey, Izumi-kun. Hey, long time no see, Izumi said. I silently listened to him. I was uncomfortable with the situation. I just want to run away. Oi, Izumi, where are you going? Another familiar voice says nearing Izumin. Oh, I was about to buy a drink, but I saw Sho-chan, Izumi said. Sho-chan, Koji said as he looked in my direction. I flinched when I heard Koji. I was frozen in place. My mind was suddenly blank. Hinata, hello, Koji said. I didn't respond. I just keep staring at the floor. I can feel it, if I look at their faces. Eleanor panicky said, Shoyo. Breathe. I flinched when I suddenly heard Eleanor's voice. I didn't notice that I was holding my breath. I was holding the hem of my shirt tightly, trying to control my breathing when someone nudges me. Do you know them? Tobio asked. It's Tobio. I forgot I'm with Tobio. He slowly comes in front of me to keep a distance from Izumi and Koji. Some acquaintance. In middle school, I stuttered. So, Tobio was about to say something when Kei calls out. Shoyo. I flinched again. I suddenly feel the distress Shoyo has in our bond. Why does he feel distressed? I thought to myself since we were heading to our match, which usually Shoyo was nervous and excited for a little while. I looked behind the group but didn't see Shoyo or Kageyama. WTF? Where are they? Straight ahead. You have to make it quick, Asher said. Daichi-san, I have to look for Shoyo, I quickly said. I didn't wait for the approval and started heading back. I saw a mob of orange hair. When I came near, I saw that Shoyo was shaking, and a strong rotten scent was emitting from him. Shit, I noticed that Kageyama was with him and talking with two other people. Those two were quite familiar to me. That's when it clicked. Those were the two bastards who betrayed Shoyo during middle school. He's about to drop, K. Asher said. Shoyo, I called him. He flinches. He looks at me. He is silently crying, and then his eyes rolled back. Shoyo, I shouted. I ran fast and caught him before he collided with the floor. Sho, I said as I shook him. Sho, wake up, I tap on his face to gain some response. Sho-chan, one of the boys called out and was about to come near Shoyo. Don't you ever dare come near him, Asher said as he released some pheromones. I wasn't aware that Asher controlled my body. Asher, Kageyama said, giving an authoritative tone. Asher glared at him. Bring back Kei, Kageyama demanded. Izumi and Koji were surprised by the blonde alpha. They were scared as the said alpha glared at them. Slowly, the eyes of the blonde alpha changed back to a golden brown. You good? Kageyama asked. Tsukishima nods and hugs Hinata tightly while releasing some calming pheromones. Bring him to the nurse station. I'll go with the team and tell them, Kageyama said. Tsukishima stands and carries the unconscious Hinata. He was about to walk away, but before he did, he said. If Shoyo did not wake in the next 30 minutes, looking at Izumi and Koji with the most threatening look. You better say your last goodbye to your loved ones. Kageyama also glared and released some pheromones, and if the team lost the match, you also dig your own grave, or else your parents won't see your body. Tsukishima and Kageyama walk away while Izumi and Koji are about to pee on their pants. Who are they? Kageyama asked. Tsukishima nonchalantly said, fake friends. Kageyama looked at Tsukishima, analyzing his expression. I see. Don't ever mention them to Tadashi. Not yet. I mean, let him figure it out, Tsukishima said. Why? To prevent bloodshed, he said, which made Kageyama seal his lips. The nurse told me that Shoyo didn't drop completely. He just passed out due to emotional exhaustion and will wake up eventually. 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes. Or else. I was busy thinking about how to plot a murder that I hadn't noticed that I was squeezing Shoyo's hand a little too tight. You're plotting something, aren't you? Shoyo tiredly asked. I got startled and said, hey. You're awake. How are you feeling? He relaxed and said, good. I was just awakened since you were squeezing my hand. Sorry, I embarrassingly said. I was about to release his hand when he squeezed my hand instead. I'm fine, Kei, I promise, he said reassuringly. No, you're not. You almost dropped earlier, I said worriedly. But I didn't, he said as he exhaled. You came. I kept silent as I occasionally squeezed his hand gently. He scoots a little, tapping the space in his bed, indicating he wants me to cuddle him. I lay in the bed, little spooning him in the process. I kissed his temple and asked, can you play, or do you just want to rest? He hummed as he savored the moment. Can we stay for 5 or 10 minutes? He asked. I checked on the clock and said, we have 6 minutes max before the warm-up. Okay. Can you? I asked again. I think I can. I was just surprised, he said. Okay. Don't worry, they won't come near you anymore, I said. He rolled facing me and said, what did you do? Talk, I replied. He raised an eyebrow, telling me to spill. We threatened them a little, that's all, I said. We, me and Tobio, we may or may not say that if we lost the match, they better dig their own grave, or else their parents won't see their bodies, I grinned. That's cruel. Good thing I woke up and am willing to play, he said. I chuckled and said, but if you think you can't play, you can just sit out. The team can manage. I kissed his forehead. He said as he started to doze off. After 5 minutes, Shoyo wakes up, and we head to the court. When we reached the court, we started warming up. Shoyo stayed quiet. I looked around the bleachers side and saw the two. I squeezed Shoyo's knee. You good? He hummed as he took a few deep breaths. Don't think about them. Just enjoy the match like you always do. No one will make fun of or judge you under my watch, I said. Ah, Kei, he said, giving a very adorable expression. I hugged him, and he started to giggle. Oi, stop being lovey-dovey. We need to line up now, Tanaka-san said. Hi, we both replied. We won against Shiratorizawa. As we are about to leave the court, Hinata Shoyo, Kageyama Tobio from the concrete. I'll beat you next time, Ushijima-san said. Before that, can I spike a ball to your face just once? Don't dodge it, though, Shoyo said. Both Ushijima-san and Kageyama stared at Shoyo confusingly. As an act of revenge when you injured Kei earlier, he said while giving a sweet smile. I fast walk and grabbed Shoyo's collar and bow. Sorry for that, Kei. Shoyo whines. No, just, no, shut it, I said as I covered his mouth. We have to go, Kageyama said. We're about to load the bus when Sho-chan, that guy from earlier, called Shoyo. I glare at the two, and they flinch. We just want to talk to him. Just one last time. We promise, he said. It's fine, Kei, Shoyo said, then looked at the two. Can we just talk here? Yes. At the same time, the two said, we are sorry. My blood boils. Sorry. For what? Do you think saying sorry is enough for what you have done? I said, releasing some angry pheromones. Kei, it's fine, Shoyo said calmly. We are sorry, Izumi and Koji said as they bowed. I just stare at them blankly. Sorry. For what? Do you think saying sorry is enough for what you have done? Kei said while he released some angry pheromones. Kei, it's fine, I calmly said and looked at the two. Is that all? Yes, Izumi said. I pushed Kei to enter the bus. I forgive you, I said. I didn't look at them or wait for their response. I also load the bus and seats beside Kei. Why did you forgive them? Kei irritatingly said. I don't know, tisk. I leaned my head on Kei's shoulder. As I closed my eyes. I just forgave them, but it doesn't mean I will let them in my life again. They already broke my trust, I said. He was silent, so I continued. I just don't want to hold a grudge that long. They've hurt you. They hurt you too much, Sho. It is normal to hold grudges, Kei said. I smiled a little and held his hand. It is unhealthy to hold grudges too long, Kei. And besides, I don't want to have a constant breakdown or whatever every single time that I will face them. He squeezed my hand and said, I won't allow it that you see them again. Okay, I said as I laughed. I was woken up by someone jumping on me. Papa, wake up. It is already morning, Haruto said, trying to wake me up. Haruto, calm down. You might get hurt, or Papa will get hurt, Nitsuki said. Haruto pouted and said, sorry. I pull Haruto to lay on the bed, and bear hugged him. Papa, I'm not your Dino plushie. I can't breathe, he said. I loosen up my grip a little so Haruto could properly lie on the bed. 5 more minutes, I said, sleep still evident in my voice. No, you have to wake up. Mama is already preparing breakfast, Haruto said. I slightly opened one of my eyes to look at Haruto. Haruto was smiling at me. He took his mother's smile and energy. I peek at Nitsuki. She's just staring at us, or more likely, she's contemplating whether to climb the bed, which she has struggling about, or stand still. Unlike his twin brother, Nitsuki is more like me, the calm one. I gesture to Nitsuki to climb the bed, so I help her, and we snuggle under the covers, releasing some of my pheromones to lull them. Papa, Nitsuki yawns. Stop it, we shouldn't sleep. Haruto already starts to doze off. I smiled and kissed the twins' forehead. I love you, my pups. The door to our bedroom opens, and a sweet flowery scent also fills the room. It took a few years before Shoyo allows me to smell his scent. He sits on my side of the bed, kissing my temple. I ask the kids to wake you up. Not to lull them to sleep, he said. Hee. Good morning, love, I said. Morning. Come on, breakfast is already served. It will get cold, he said. I looked at the kids. Hey. Let's go. We will get scolded. Wah. These look yummy, Haruto enthusiastically said. Ha ha ha. Shoyo kisses Haruto's forehead. Let's eat. Itadakimasu. As we enjoyed our breakfast, I looked at my small family, and I smiled. We had a long way, but we were happy. Shoyo was able to heal from his wounds, and upon our high school graduation he decides to pursue his dream to be a professional volleyball player, but before that, he wants to try beach volleyball and decides to go to Brazil. At first, I was against it. That was the first time he would be far away from me, and it would be 17,371 kilometers, for 2 years. But we manage it. As he came back, I proposed to him, and we had twins, Haruto and Natsuki. I was cut from my thoughts when Shoyo called me. I looked at his brown eyes, which were expressive ones. Those eyes I love to stare at. I love you, my Omega, I said while smiling. I didn't fail to make him blush as he replied, love you too, Alpha.
And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for your support for this series. See you on the next one. Bye!